Okay, guys, we are on. We are here with my friends, Rodrigo and Rianca. Almost every single day we are here. So, uh, before we start this immersion, I'd like to introduce a little bit about Talk and Talk. Here is a platform that you can learn the most important language, my point of view, Spanish, French, Mandarin, uh, Italian and English, I guess, all of these languages, and and it offers another interesting tools like mentoring. I do mentoring and interesting WhatsApp group to connect and learn another interesting skills with others interesting people. And yeah. It's like I said, it's online immersion, not a class, and I'm a student like all of you. We have questions that will help guide us on the conversation just for it. It's not necessary to answer any questions. And here we believe the importance of the making mistake. Here is a safe place to do that. We believe it's an important part of the learning process. And yeah, that's it. Let's do it. Uh, okay. Well, all of us know everyone, I guess. I don't know if we will need to present ourselves. I don't think so. I think we can start with the questions directly. Okay. Okay, Yanka, please go ahead. Question number one for us, please.
Okay. Morning, guys.
Morning.
See, what are some examples of how social inequality impacts daily life in our country? If governments invest more in education, how do you think it will be affect? How do you think it would affect social inequality? Well, um, there are two questions in one. Let's see. A difficult question. Yesterday, I was in the Warley immersion, and it was about maternity and job and labor market, and it was really hard because this kind of theme that inflame me. I feel that I can't formulate the phrases in my mind,
Do
so
you
it's
know why?
very difficult.
Do you know why?
Because
Because we don't have the knowledge about the topic, and speaking that in another language, it's more difficult because to really we don't have thought about this in our native language, So speaking this in another language is more difficult. In the an important way to enhance ourselves, It's one of tips that I've got on the mentoring, trying to speak topics that you don't have knowledge about.
okay, yeah. But
I
trying to
I don't have
answer.
knowledge about this like you, Yanka. Don't worry about that.
Okay, but how social inequality impact our daily life? I think that impacting everything, mainly when we have a social media. I follow some profiles on Instagram, and this kind of profiles usually bring to me topics related to inequality. So mainly racial inequality. And one that I always see, it's about our justice system, maybe. In there, I can see clearly the impact of inequality, where if you are a rich people, you can bought the justice, you can bought not, I think the justice, because you can um, get out of your bad actions, I think. And if
Yeah,
you are poor, you can't buy the justice, I think. And I don't know. I will give an example. I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that you saw the case of the guys of the Porsche, some guys that
yeah,
have a Porsche and atropelaram some other people on the
yeah,
street, and most part of them didn't suffer the conscience of their acts to
yeah.
murder someone with a Porsche because they have money. And I
They
saw another
pay
kind.
everyone. They can
Yeah,
pay everyone.
yes. And then I saw another example that was a guy that he was in a supermarket and he steal basic food, basic food to eat, and a bottle of Candida, if I am not wrong. And he got a very severe pena. I forgot how can I say this too.
Yeah, me either.
uh, well, penalty. He got a very severe
Sentence, maybe.
penalty, yeah, sentence in front of the jury and so on. So this is one example of how the inequality impact us, mainly in the justice system. And I think that it will be a start to invest more in education, in a good education. We have governments that tell to us that they are investing in this, but we saw every time that they are not investing in this. Mainly now, I saw a news about Tarcísio cutting off 43 classes at night in the public system. So I think that we are seeing the opposite of it, but it will be a good thing to invest more in education, I think. I think it will be essential.
Yeah, for sure. It's essential for our society enhancing improvement, continuing on next generation, something like that. Rodrigo, please. Thank you, Young. Rodrigo, your turn.
Yes, guys, deep question, deep question, because this I try to put uh, my opinion in English, but in Portuguese it's more difficult, and in English now it's more difficult too.
Don't
Okay.
worry, don't worry.
Ab about first question, I think in this inequality is impacting because this, for example, when I have more money, more I think it is you have money, you have more what do you say? What more opportunities or infrastructures, structures, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
For
You're
example,
right.
do you have more quality for the education? Do you have more quality for the life? Do you have more quality for the food? Uh, oh, it's not so important. Oh, why? When I have in specific countries, the specific part of the countries, these peoples don't have food. What do you, these people don't have food is thinking about these opportunities for the work? No, these people's working and they try every day get the food for the family. Is uh, for me is more difficult. I think in this I'm dead, and I think in this if my daughters is don't have food, my mind is it's very dangerous, very complex for me. I I'm making I'm making some thinkings for the try to put the food for the my daughters. Uh, everything's. I think it is inequality practice uh, have high impacts for the what do you people's work, what do you people's think is and during their life. And for governance, I think in this in Brazil, I think in this governance is more difficult because this politics, and the other thing is this try to put in the Brazil is fail because this governance is through this for is part of the societies and not don't think in all societies. For example, I see a lot of the rules or try to rules for the specific parts of the society. Um, for example, when the reforma da Previdência, the part of the societies and fighting for example, juri I don't know these words in English, mas juristas or policiais, and fighting for a specific group, no, and don't in the all societies. It's bad because I defend my group, okay, but your group or group of the Yanka or the Francini, other group.
Yeah.
For me, government is making rules, is making the alliance for the society, for basic of society, education, security, and health. Other things, governance, I think in this not enter because this other countries and Brazilian peoples and other peoples dreams to working or to living don't have more governments don't enjoy in these rules. For example, USA, a lot of people's hate USA. Oh, it's bad, but living in USA, have a dream in living in USA or Europe. Governments don't have rules for the business for the other things. It's strange for me because this in Brazil, governments have rules for the companies.
Put the hand
You're
in everything. Governance puts their
yes,
hands in everything.
yes, it's bad because this I don't think in this governments have expertise uh, for the manager these things, complex things they're enjoying.
Yeah.
For example, I hate in this imposto de renda, because this I think
For
this
sure.
as I hate it.
It's a
I hate
skill, in my
not
point of view. It's a skill.
not because this I have paid, but I have paid imposto de renda, but I have paid security, I have paid school for my daughters, I have paid health for my family. Okay, but in the group of the peoples having billionaires and the other big companies pay more or less imposto de renda with me.
Yeah.
This is strange. This is very strange. Part of the people pay more impost in other things, and the part of the people in heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
Our government is see the poor peoples. No, don't see poor
No.
peoples
Yeah, for
because
sure.
it's a lot have I don't know the specific word, but I see in the Ford in the other big companies benefits for the companies, more money for benefit for the companies. This money is investment in education, in other things. For me, I think this a lot of countries, a lot of peoples is more affected for this investment. Deep question, guys. I sorry I talk a
Don't
lot,
worry.
but deep question.
Don't worry. Uh, I will try to answer that before Francine. Good morning, Fran. But well, let's do it. Hey, it's hard for me at all. I did this topic, but it's a deep topic for sure. I like you. I don't have ready answers for this, so I'm like you. Okay. Well, I totally agree with Bianca and Rodrigo. And yeah, for me, social inequality is related not only about money, but the social status, you know. For example, you are talking about government, Rodrigo, and for example, this kind of people have a lot of benefits if compared with all the society, you know. It's complicated, and like you said very well about the tax, it's strange. I agree with you. It's strange. In my point of view, big companies and people that have a lot of money could be paid more to the governments than the medium social class. I don't know, I guess, but it's not happening actually, unfortunately. And yeah, let me see another example. Yanka said very well about the guys that had big mistake and didn't pay the didn't pay like must be paid. It's another, because the money and the status, in my point of view. I've talked about some famous people with my fiance last days, and I've talked about Messi and Neymar, about some Spanish process about the sonegar imposto. I don't know how can I say that, and didn't have, and it happened nothing with both of them about this. In the most of cases, it's happened. Of course, we have a lot other examples that these kind of people had paid and are preso. I forgot. I don't know. I'm not sure. How can I say that? For example, Robinho, another old soccer player, a Brazilian soccer player that had a problem on the Italy, I guess. Yeah, but the most of cases, unfortunately, we people that have more money and is social status don't pay. That must be. That must have to pay. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, I talked a lot. I will pass my turn to Francine. I'm sorry to not answer the next question. Okay, Francine, your turn, please.
Hi guys, good morning.
Hey.
About this question, yes, it's very difficult to put words in English, but I read something before this class just for clarify my mind. But I think one example that social inequality impacts daily life, I think is one thing is about health system. In the in the beginning of this year, my wife suffered an accident of bicycle, and she break your clavicular, and you have to pass to surgery. You understand, right? And she is a teacher, a public teacher school of education physical, and she don't have a security plan, health plan. Like me, for example, in Unimed, this name famous. Not now because we live together, but we will official married next month. So she don't
Oh,
have
congrats, bro.
things,
Congrats.
but she don't have a health plan. It's like a state plan, but it's very, very strange and difficult, and it was very, very difficult, the process for her, ask the document and have a lot of bureaucracy, and we have to change of the hospital for to try different things, because in the first one, because she suffered accident, and the how can I say, the car of ambulance uh, pick up her and put the but no but uh, level to the public hospital, and it's a horror. I have to wait for, I don't know, 3 hours, for example, and at the morning I didn't have eat yet, so it was horrible. And we're not poor. We can ascending a little social, but we don't have much money for, oh, I have to do
Yeah,
this, and contacts. I don't have contacts. It's I was thinking about, oh my God, if people like us that have opportunity in life for work, study, and staying in another place, how works for people that they don't have nothing.
yeah,
And you have to, I have to wait in a chair, uncomfortable for, I don't know, she start for 3 hours for surgery, and I have to wait until 10 o'clock. So it's very long time and very difficult, and people don't have to go with the person when she the sick. And I stay very, very sad and uncomfortable for this. I'm not used to people, oh my God, she's so altruist and so good. But this kind of things, it's terrible. I lost my father in the beginning of this year too, and the life goes on, and we just thinking about money, 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 and get more rich. And there are a lot of people don't have opportunity to survive. It's very hard. And I think about this point of health, because it's a basic thing. Is
yeah,
if you don't have a basic thing, how do you survive in the life? Yeah. So I think this, and about investing more in education. Yes, but I live with a professor, so I know that it's not just about education, but people have hungry, people have this structure familiar, parents that abuse your sons and girls, and it's a lot of difficult histories. And oh my God, it's not just invest in education, because these people not dreams about education, dreams a
just
lot of.
survive.
Yes, a lot of
Survive.
things. For example, I have in my neighborhood a guy that he have a Porsche, but he's trafficked or something.
Yeah,
So I don't want thinking education, because education is not for me. I have to do another things. It's about environment. So you have invest in education in professionals and like psychologists and art and music in the system
culture,
education
yeah,
for people. see another things.
Yeah, have more opportunity. Great. Uh, okay. Thank you for share your experience in your life, and one more time, congrats for your marriage next month.
Thank you.
Rodrigo, please, could you read and answer the next question, number 2, for us?
Yes. Um, I I want in talking about the other things about this question, but let's go. Uh, if you were in change of major organization, what steps would you take to provide opportunities for these disad disadvantaged communities? I
If
think
you
in
were the
this,
guy, if you were the guy, what do
yes,
you
yes.
do?
Oh,
It's a
it's
hard question
complex.
again.
Yes, yes, yes. Maybe hard questions. But I think in this first, um, first step is about this. Um, I don't know this base of the the people's lives. For example, Francine talking about this investment in education for, but I put in a lot of money in education, but the people's have food, have security, have the other things. I think this is important, the base of the life of the peoples. For example, the dads, the moms, the childrens have the basic in the you need for the life. For example, have the hospital or uh, your health when you're seeking the attendment for your health is good. Okay, the mom of the dad have the opportunities for the working the for the gain the salary for the put the food in the for the children for the family. It's okay. The basic is more important for me, and security and the opportunities for the working, investing for the specific part of the city. Um, uh, Basically for me is more important. I think in this I put in the my my energy, my money that you have, and the other thing is in the basic of the people's wants, the people's needs for their life. Um, After this, I think in this other thing is for more good education, for more other things, but the basic for me is the first.
Great. Uh, Bianca, please, could you try to answer that?
Yes, I can try. We are discussing now the 6 por 1 scale. So maybe it will be a good start to change this in my company. Like for, I don't know if 5 per 2 or 4 per 3 scale, but it will be a start. Daycare center, we were talking about it in the last immersion too with Warley, thinking about solo moms that have to raise children, raise their child alone. So this daycare center will be very good into the company or pay something to these mothers, to these moms to put their children in a daycare center, maybe more time to maternity and paternity license. I think paternity mainly too, because we have to share the responsibility to raise a child sometimes and do not just put everything in the women's backs. Health plan, thinking about what Fran said too, it will be very good to have a good health plan and prioritize to hire minorities, I think not just with quotas, but to change the patterns of the company, maybe hire more. And I would like to have more minorities than don't then not minorities, working in that company to really change the composition of the people that are working there, the employees. I think all these things maybe, and a fair salary too. It will be very good. So, but it's a dream. I don't have a company, and this won't happen, I think.
Oh, maybe one day you will have a company. Why not? Wow. Fran, your turn, please.
Right. About this question, sometimes I, I, I think, or I thought that for example, if I win the lottery and stay very rich, or if I grow up in a family that how as a herdeira, I think I I would have like a ONG, but not with this name. It's like, for example, uh, a company with music company, for example, where I when the children would go after the school or before the school to enjoy something and they're learning principles for life. For example, persistence, and you can do these things for the child, thinking not just about, uh, oh my God, I have to make money. Yes, you have make money because we don't survive if you don't
Yeah.
have money. But for through, I think the through, através de through this kind of things, children start thinking different. Start think that they can change your life. And in this organization, we have, for example, another types of activities like education. Nowadays, we have I don't know, a class of thinking computational, pensamento computacional, and how this impact your way of play music, for example, and in your life. So I think about this, and after that, create a marketing strategy for another cities or companies doing the same thing in your cities or your states. It's most about you have to do something, but you have to get more people for do the same and maybe changing more realities. I think it's that.
Yeah, make difference for your neighborhood. Yeah, great. Well, yeah, I was thinking about that, and I have some small business. I just talked about that in another immersions, and I'd like to see how the some entrepreneurs doing that actually are people that have high high status. I don't know, uh, high career positions. I don't know how can I say that this, but for example, Phil here in Talking Talk had a social program for people that didn't have a job, try to learn language and try to get a job in the future. He had this for a long time. Actually, he decided not to continue that this way with this name, social program. But I'm sure that he continued try to help these people. Let me see. I was remember another person. Oh, I have a old manager that I've worked some years ago when I was and I worked as infrastructure, IT infrastructure. That actually is a CIO or CTO of a ritual company actually, and he used to go to school to to speak to learn something about the how technologies could change lives, for example. Sometimes I follow him on the LinkedIn, especially LinkedIn, primarily LinkedIn, and sometimes he shares this experience there, and I admire a lot these kind of actions, and I hope someday have this how can I say that, have the voice to be listened, you know. Yeah, actually, I think that I try to do is to share my experience with some people that is starting their careers, you know. Francine used to say, I think Rodrigo said sometimes the people came us to ask how we started our IT career, something like that. And I used to try to help these people. And I have a special guy that it was a brother of other guy that I've met on the online video games, you know. And this guy has a hard history with his parents, you know, and I decided to help him, and I've did a lot of meeting appointments with him to learn about tech. That of course I I consider myself a mid-level developer, but I've tried to um, share what I know for to that guy, and that guy got opportunity. One, let me see, yeah, more than 1 year ago, and it's this feeling is so amazing because you could see the impact that we could make for the other people, you know. And yeah, actually I try do that, and yeah, that's it, I guess. Guys, the time is passing. Let's move on to the next question. Fran, please, your turn. Could you read and answer the question number 3 for us?
Okay. Do you believe that the rich get richer and the poor get poor? Why or why not? Yes, I believe this. I believe this why, because when you are rich and you have power and knowledge about behaviors, human behaviors, you, my thing is not just about herdeiros, but the people that make money, okay? Because herdeiros, I have a different thinking, but people that make money and maybe can grow up, for example, I think that people understand about the behavior human and how make money. And when you discover of this kind of thing and works for you, I think it's like a addiction because you have a challenge for make more and more and more. It's like, for example, I'm working today with technology, and now I know that I can grow up. So I will focus for get better in my job, in my career, and that's okay. But when you make money, not just working, operational working, but with ideas. So I work with marketing and I study and doing the Fórmula de Lançamento course, Érico Rocha. So it's more about you understand a lot about behavior human and how influence or manipulating for people buy more. And this kind of people not have now I have money and I will stop. It's not works this way. People always want more and more and more. And
Yeah.
the poor, I think some, of course, some poor people get opportunities and grow up, but the difficulty is about mindset and and sometimes I think the mental health is grow up. It's very difficult. People with mental health. I have a brother with depression. He's very, very intelligent. He knows English, Italian, French, Spanish. He graduated in economy in university, a federal university. He's very intelligent. I always think he won't be someone in life. If I keep poor, please, brother, help me. But he had the depression, and he can't doing more things. He affected, and how people with health mental or some kind of like this can grow up. And it's very difficult, but in the reality, poor people have difficult for pass this kind of barrier, the mindset, and we have reference people because the reference people nowadays is tigrinho. I can change my life with tigrinho or another games of kind of this. So yes, I believe that poor people get opportunities and can ascending, but I sometimes I read some article talking about the how many generations you have to ascend socially. So I think is that.
Yeah. You said everything, I guess. uh, okay. Bianca, please.
Okay. Yes, I believe that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer since always. I don't know if you remember that music. É que o de cima sobe e o de baixo desce. Bom, 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 bom. Sábias, muito sábias. But I think a lot about access to opportunity. Yeah, access to opportunity, because if you are a rich person, you have more access to a good education, and with a good education, a good basic education, you can get into a public university that are the best universities in the country usually, or you can pay for a good degree in a private university too, but it will be very expensive and you have to have money again. So, and education to me, it's the key to social mobility. If you have access to a good education, you can grow up, you can grow in your career. Maybe you can make it, thinking about a population structure like that. So to me, it's the main aspect, access to opportunity, access to healthcare too. And network, when you are born in a rich family, you have that network, that key thing. You can be an incompetent person, but if your dad have a friend in a good position in a bank, this guy can hire you and
Yeah.
make you someone, even if you don't have a good degree or nothing. this kind of access, this kind of QI can make you can make this person in the same maintain this person in the same level. Do not decrease, but maintain or increase, not for competence and meritocracy, but for pay, just it.
Yeah.
And well, let me see. And thinking about education, the last thing that I would like to add is that studying education, you see that most part of the vulnerable people get out of the educational system very early to work. You have to work to help into the house, to help with the bills. So you get out of the educational system with a low degree, with a low level of education, and it's very difficult to return to the educational system. So you will remain with a low level of
All the
education
life.
for a long time and precarious job and a bad job and receiving less because of that. So not always we have to, I am trying to look for the people that have a degree, but sometimes there's a long time until have a degree and a lot of people get out of the educational system before there and lose opportunities too. So yeah, I think it's that the mainly. And yes.
I like to listen you, Young, because you are a lucid person, you know? You have clear vision about things. Maybe could be we could feel a little bit frustrated, or I don't know how can I say that, but you used to say the truth, you know? And okay, well, I will answer this before Rodrigo. I will answer, tell you a short example. Some days ago, my youngest son said to me that he would like to be a doctor. Oh, I want to be a doctor, try to make the college. And it was hard for me to say that, but it's I can imagine paying a college to he to become a doctor, you know. And of course, I've find good words to explain the things for him. He is 10 years old, so I have to pay attention before to say anything for him. But I'm sure that this dream is so away from our reality, you know. Actually, both me and my ex-wife don't have a health plan, for example, so it's hard, you know. And of course, I'm searching ways to make this dream possible in the future, you know. But I think because it's one of the reasons that I'm looking for improving myself and getting more money. Try to help my sons uh, complete their dreams, you know. And yeah, that's it. Rodrigo, your turn, because the time is almost over.
Yes, yes. I don't have time for explain my opinion for this question because
I think
this
yeah, we have 5 minutes.
yeah, I think in this different for you and for my friends because this is more deep questions. For example, the rich get rich and the poor get poor. All right. When the poor people is gaining the lottery, uh, is answer is resolved? No, because these poor peoples gain a lot of money in lottery and other things in lose. And the rich peoples in the lose for the company's business or in the I don't know this word, but this okay guys I don't remember. Se transforma in the poor peoples. Uh, my experience for the life in the I know a lot of peoples the rich in the pools the bad people's pools, the bad people's rich. I think this mind in the control this, not the rich or the pools. I think this rich or the pools influencing in the structures. For example, I have money. If I have good mind, if I thinking I throw for my family, for my structures, okay, my family is the rich along the time because it's my children's is learning about the money, about the opportunities, about the transform in the infrastructure for the good things. But if I rich and don't stress about the specific things in the future, my children's is the lose a lot of money. I don't believe in this more simple for the rich and get rich in the pool, get pool, because this pressure is true. I don't reach him, guys. I don't reach, okay? But in compare my best, I very rich. I don't like in these stereotypes. You're poor people, you're poor. You're rich people, you're rich. No, I am I am people. If I try to if I try to study for a doctor, okay, but I have the pay the price. For example, I am the poor people's more difficult for me, but it's not impossible. And you're rich, okay, it's more easy, but it's not equals is suicide. I have more opportunities stay in the pool in the other people's stay in the rich. In my career now, I have good position in my other friends or other peoples I know in the rich in the past. What? In this affirmation is true? What do you think in my o que aconteceu in my case? Sorry, guys. This is polemic question. You're mute.
I'm sorry. I've tried to say like this for my son. It's possible, but it could be a little bit hard for us. But I've kept this dream in his mind. But it's what's necessary to explain to him how difficult it could be. Yeah. Guys, unfortunately, we don't have more time. And next Friday, we'll talk about minimalism, okay? 7 a.m. if you want, please. Yeah, go there with me. Okay, have a good week, guys. See you there.
Thank you,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye bye.